Hey, Ron Michael at Porsche. Thanks for providing the login details. You notice I just placed 2 fingers under the door handle, and because the key is on my person, I'm able to just simply boot up and log in. Now, we've got a lot of snow outside, so we're going to be working on the fueling situation prior to departure. So I'll just exit out of that for now. And then if I want to add an account, we'll simply go in now. This is where we can have a little bit of fun, okay? I could log in without the QR code. But see right there that, maybe it's populating. And it might, it does see your account. So there is an advantage there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up where this QR code logs off, because if you were sitting here and you had your Porsche app present, you would be able to bring your camera up and it would automatically log in with your phone. I think what we might do is we go without the QR code, and then now I'm just simply going to enter in your Porsche ID settings. So I'm just going to pan away while I do that. And then notice when I hit this back arrow key, I'm able to populate a different menu right there. So if you'll bear with me, I'm going to log in with some of your credentials. I'll explain that you do have some connected features, like you'd be able to locate your vehicle and lock there if you were in a parking lot or garage, or if you wanted to see how much gas you have in your vehicle, or if you needed to see if your car doors were locked or unlocked. And you could lock them remotely with these Porsche connected apps. Before we can do that, we need to log in kind of what we say completely. And we have to take the vehicle out of what's called like a privacy mode. Now notice here, see I'm logging in. See the little eyeball? Now I can actually see what I'm typing. And then for privacy reasons, we're going to not display that. And we're real close. And I'm sure you gave me the right data, but we're all a little slow sometimes. And I'm going to log in now. And this is where you see it's preparing the registration. And then right here I can actually go into like an auto mode, and then I can click the temperature settings down. And you see I have them for both sides, so they're synced. Okay. Yeah, right here, automatic login without security code. We'll click on that, and we'll hit next. And we want to use online. Okay, we'll hit next. Now here it's asking for consent for product improvement. Do agree. You can always backtrack these, and you can read into them more and hit agree there. And then in your Porsche app, your privacy settings, you can negate those in certain areas, but they're not going to bother you with emails or anything of that nature. So we do want the online speech recognition. So when you pair your phone, it's actually going to use, like somebody has an accent or they have a thick or a high voice. The vehicle's microphone systems are going to recognize you more readily because we did that feature. And then when you go in, you're going to want to log in and do certain features. But I'll show you. Did you see how I skirted across? Notice the house button. I like it to reference like the Monopoly game because it looks like the house. See, right now we're on the right side of the house. Now we're on the left side. And see how I can simply pull it over? And there's more data here. See how I can get the cursor to move? Now here's where you can have a little fun. When you're over here and you go to the gear and you hit configure screen, I'll actually take and hold and place the widget. And then a lot of times, like I love music, and I'm going to use my maps from my Apple CarPlay. So I might have things situated a little bit differently based on my connectivity and my preferences. So when I'm here and I'm playing music, and notice I can go over here, that's a volume key, and then that will switch the stations. Now, I want to show you, this is the typical 5 dial. This used to be an analog, now it's not. And you're going to notice that you can bring the screen by rolling this cursor. You can get the big map, and notice I double click and I back arrow, I get it right where I want it. And then when I'm right here, this is when I'm congested in traffic. And you're also going to notice that the distance control with my cruise control is active. If you want to move the cruise off, notice how I'm dialing that in. And then once you have off highlighted, boom, the cursor's gone because cruise control is inactive now. I want to go over here, so I'm going to click the arrow key right here, a double arrow key. And notice how it's highlighted in blue. And then I'll roll to see different features, and when I click on the radio stations, I can simply make adjustments right there, key up my volume. I can go over here and I can change stations right here, forward and reverse. And then notice my Bose radio is not active, the surround. So when we do that, you'll notice the instantaneous change. Perfect, huh? And then notice I hit Bose up here, and then I can detect if there's differences in the bass and treble, which I just recommend the normal for now. And there's a lot of car icons. Notice when I move over to assistance features and I get into the gear, I'm finding whole new menus, and I can actually adjust my lane change assist to a regular or a higher intensity, which I actually like because it's better at alerting you. And there's other features as well, as like your warning and brake assist if it's always bothering you, or you want it early or late or even off. It still has the autonomous emergency braking, but it won't be as sensitive. So these are adjustments that you can make in the future. The nice thing is when you're looking around, the way to get in there is just I'm looking for car features. There's comfort. Well, there's ambient lighting. Okay, and I have other videos that will show you how the light features work. Dynamic, it follows the album cover. And then typically folks will take the overall brightness up all the way. You get your doors, and these are ambient lighting. These are little features that are described as comfort features, like the heating and venting and cooling of the seats. But now that we've taken all the brightness keys up to 100%, go down to the overall brightness, and then what you're going to notice is if it's too bright, you just take down the overall intensity of the areas that need it the most. And then you'll notice in here, see some of the blue? This actually comes out, and there's a different coveted like little cup holder that will make sure that you have. This is the smoking package. I would take this and put it on my office desk and put pins in it, but it's just a nice little feature that comes with the vehicle. And then you do have the extra passenger cup holder. It would be nice. And then you have a side holstered cup holder as well. Squeeze on the side of the console, and you'll notice there's a wireless charger, and then you need Type-C to whatever device setting, and that will give you fast charging as well. And then the last thing I'll show you is just some of the sport attributes, like this is push to pass, gives you 20 seconds of boost or until you press the button again. And you can always roll into a wet mode when there's less traction. And you can dial in the Sport and Sport Plus and normal modes right there. And you'll notice it gives you indicators when you've done so. This activates the Sport exhaust manually. So that's a nice little button when you're really underway. And this will accentuate the exhaust and open it up. You'll definitely notice a difference. You have the heated. And the vented and cooled seats here. Heated steering wheel is at the 6 o'clock spoke below the Porsche crest, and it'll tell you when you've activated it. And these are just a few of the nice features on your 911. When you want to place it in gear, you push. And then right there where it says P Park, that's how you'll recognize that you're in park. And this is actually your physical parking brake. And you hear it does actuate. That'll hold you in place steady. It's been a pleasure assisting you thus far, and we'll look forward to providing you more details moving forward. It's Michael Anthony with Porsche Cincinnati Kings, and this is the all-new 2025 Porsche 911.